Hello there and welcome back. I'm Christina and today we're doing hopefully a quick little thrift flip. We're gonna be turning 2 pairs of jeans into 1 pair of jeans. I have been desperately wanting some bare leg pants for like 2-3 years, ever since I first saw them. And they're just always like expensive. I can never find quite the right style. Usually they're low rise, which I do not like. So today we're gonna try and make my own with 2 pairs of jeans that I know I really like the waist of. So first I've got my just like everyday jeans. The problem with them is that they're like a skinny leg, and I'm just not feeling the skinny leg anymore. They are just black denim, and I want them to be, hopefully, some bare leg jeans. So my other contestant here is these Arizona jeans that I've also had for a long time. I have decided recently that I will not be doing rips on my knees anymore. I just don't like it. I don't like it. It makes my knees look fat. I'm just not feeling it. I'm getting old. There's no reason for rips on my knees. So I'm gonna use the side of these pants to make a side panel, hopefully, without like cutting too much of these mushrooms. I think they're really on here. I don't think I can like take them off. Yeah, because they did it right onto the fabric. Interesting method. Anywho, they are approximately the same size, I'd say, pretty much the same length here. And I think they'll make a good combo. I think it'll be like close enough to make sense, but also like a little bit of variation in color to kind of bring out the side panel. So let's talk about the design real quick. So there are tons of different ways to do this barrel leg shape. I've seen lots. I've been paying very close attention. The main thing that I really want is the panels on the sides, like an extra panel on the sides to add some width. And then also usually there's some darts on the knees and maybe like a dart on the ankle, because there's that added fabric. Usually they dart it on the ankle to bring it a little more cinched, so it has this shape of a barrel or a balloon, whatever. So that's what we're gonna do. Sometimes they also have like a panel down the middle of the leg. We're not gonna mess around too much. I don't have a denim needle. Hopefully I won't need one. If I do, I will go get one in the middle of this, hopefully. Okay, so I think first I'm just gonna unpick the sides of the legs. I think I'm gonna go probably to the pocket. Sometimes they're all the way up to the waistband. Sometimes they start a little lower. I'm just gonna start by going to the pocket. We'll stop there and then figure out the shape for the side. Let's make these 2 pairs of jeans 1. So this required, of course, a ton of unpicking. So there's just a lot of it. I won't show you all of it. I unpicked the hem at the bottom and was just trying to get a nice smooth unpicking strategy. And then I unpicked the sides, like I said, and that was like several layers, but we got through all the layers, and then we were ready to actually get into the action. Whew, okay, as always, that was super fun. But my legs are open, my hem is open, and now I've just got to figure out what shape I can make with what amount of fabric I have, which is not a ton, but I think it'll be at least a couple inches, so that should be enough to do something. Okay, so when I picked it to where the seam on the side is reinforced, like right where the pocket is. And I was worried about these mushrooms, but I think we'll avoid it completely if we start here where the same thing happens, where the seam is extra supported under the pocket. So we can actually save this mushroom for something else. Yay! Okay, so it looks like we have about 1.5 inches from the rip to the seam. Well, it's kind of over the seam. So I think I'm gonna start kind of at the knee and then put a measurement on the top and the bottom, and then we'll kind of curve it in between. So our measurement at the knee, hopefully on both sides, will be 1.5 inches to this sewn line, and then maybe 2 inches from there on the back. So then at the top, we do want the knee to be the wider part, so maybe we'll just do 1 inch. So it'll be a very slight increase. 1 inch on the front and maybe 1.25 inches or 1.5 inches on the back. And then at the bottom I guess would be the thinnest part. Maybe we'll just go back to the inch on the front and 1.5 inches on the back. I was just gonna say I should unpick this as well, but I think I'll just cut it and then unpick what's left. Okay, we have a good idea. Now we just need to make it symmetrical on both sides. And I kind of like that this fun seam is gonna be right down the middle and I don't even have to make it. Unfortunately, this mushroom is gonna be sacrificed. Maybe I can fit the whole thing on there. Yay, I did find the chalk and I still desperately need to go through my little craft drawer here because it is such a mess. Okay, perfect. Chalk, ruler, let's do it. Okay, so we're starting 3 inches down from the grommet. And so we're right on the edge of this mushroom. So I did 1 inch and that's right to the edge. And then I did 1.5 inches on the back edge. Then we'll come down to the knee. And here we decided we were going to do 1.5 inches, I think, just to the rip. We already know where that is. And then on the back, it was going to be, maybe we'll do like 2.5. And then at the very bottom, 1 inch on the front and 1.5 inches on the back again. Okay, now I'm gonna cut this and then we'll use it as a pattern for the other side so that they're pretty symmetrical. But here we go. Oh, I hope I don't ruin 2 pairs of jeans. Okay, that's the back. I think I definitely gave more fabric than we needed on the back, but whatever. And the front, just a little outside the line. So that you can land right next to this mushroom. Perfect. Okay, here's what we have. This part where the knee was is kind of rough, so I'm just gonna polish it up a little bit. Make it straighter. Okay, that's a little more better curved. And I think the back is kind of big, but whatever, we'll leave it for now. All right, now we just replicate this on the other side. Okay, we have 2 side panels. This one ended up with the mushroom. We'll see what happens. All right, now we just see if they attach and if it worked and if I ruined 2 pairs of jeans. But either way, we'll find something to do with it, right? Okay, let's give this a try. Okay, time for lots of pins. Okay, now we see if I can try these on without hurting myself with all these pins. Let's find out. Okay, so it's pretty close. The only thing is like up here we're gonna have to figure out so it doesn't look too bunchy. But I think it's gonna work well. It's got pretty much the shape I was looking for. Yeah. Okay, so my battery died, as always. So I just finished the sewing on this part, this panel, with just a straight stitch, and then I tried it on. I liked it, so I zigzagged it, and now we're doing the second leg. So you can see me do the second leg, and we're gonna do the same thing. I've got it pinned all the way. The main thing is, and then I've done a couple of pairs of pants where I like added panels on the side, but usually like in a bell shape. So it's a triangle at the top. And I kind of figured out how to do it last time, but this one, it's like a different, like boxier shape because it's supposed to just kind of like go out and be the, I don't know. So I was just like trying to figure out how to do the top. And also this is like so thick because it's like several layers of denim. So I'm just leaving off this part, and I'll connect it maybe by hand afterwards. And for now, I'm gonna start like here so that I don't like break my machine or my needles. And so far it's been totally fine with just the regular needle, BT dubs. Anyway, so yeah, so now I'm just gonna sew these down, and I used quite a small seam allowance. I don't know exactly how much, but as small as I could do on my machine with the needle in the middle, and then I did it to like the inside of the foot that was there, if that makes sense, if you understand. So I did it nice and tight, and then I zigzagged over to afterwards once I decided I liked it. So now we just do the same thing on the other side. Here we go. Straight stitch and then zigzag. All right, we did it. Now we just go back and zigzag both of these. And now we're almost done. Huzzah! All right, y'all, we have done it. I'm so excited. I put them on and they looked so good. The only thing is just like this bunching here, but I think that I can fix it with like just hand sewing it shut kind of. And you'll still have a little flare. But I love it. You can't really see it now because it's not like spread out, but once I iron it, there's like some, because I use such a small seam allowance, you can see like where the dyes, the different dye and like fade and stuff is. And I think that that's kind of fun. There's definitely more on one side than the other, but like, I feel like it's fun. It's a fun touch. It has more dimensions with all the different colors and layers and looks of it. I also think I want to leave the bottoms. I think I want to iron these out and either leave them frayed or just do like a smaller hem so that you can see. I love just like the fun coloration of it. I think it's cool, you know? So then I was thinking about the knee darts. I did bring down my model for the knee darts. I'm gonna try it with some pins just to see how it is, but like this is like pretty stretchy fabric, and I feel like I just don't know if it's gonna last very well with the wear and tear and stuff. And also it already has the barrel shape that I was looking for. It was so funny, I was like in the bathroom trying them on and Karis was in there and he was like impressed with them. He's like, wow, you made them so fast. And he was like, you could have done that so long ago. And I'm like, literally these two pair of pants have been sitting over here in the corner. I've been staring at them for like maybe 2-3 months wanting to do this project, and just the ADHD paralysis has stopped me. The demons, but I said no way to those demons today. So let's finish these bad boys up. Oh, it looks so cool like that. I love it. What's left? Okay, I think just hand sewing this. I've decided not to do the knee darts for now. I think I like it how it is. The hem's done because there is none. Yeah, literally just gotta sew these guys. I did end up with a little bit of a mushroom here, but honestly it's kind of cute, just poking out. Maybe I will cut the other one off, what's left, and use it as a patch somewhere else on these pants. That would be fun. That's a great idea. I like that. Cool. Let's do the hand sewing and wrap this baby up. Okay, we've got 3 color choices. I think I like the white. It is like subtle, but also purposely visible. Let's try it. So what I'm thinking is just like wrapping it around a bunch of times right here. And I think that should be good. Maybe I'll hand sew a little bit inside just so these are attached well. What? Why did that break so easily? and then we'll just go inside. And we'll tie it in here. No, this thread sucks. Okay, so now we're gonna do the inside just a little bit to fortify. Hopefully this one's not as flimsy as the other one. Okay, so I've still gotta do the other leg, just the internal sewing, hand sewing. But my dad's gonna be here any minute, so I'm gonna keep going until he gets here. But for now, I will see you, I think, in the reveal. Yeah, so all that's left is this, and then to put this mushroom patch on somewhere. So mystery on that. We'll leave it a mystery. Stick around to the end to see where it goes. Yeah. Was literally just looking for the jeans to show you, but they're on my body, so I don't want to take them off. So imagine I'm holding them. Okay, hello, it is over. We are done. We did it. Okay, the project is officially complete. I finished these amazing pants and I'm so excited. I cannot believe that I didn't do this sooner. I'm kind of kicking myself, but I'm so glad and big upping myself for doing it finally and breaking through the demons and all of that. This was such a quick project too, so I like just checked the time. So the very first part that I filmed today was like the intro, and that was at 12:40. And then I filmed the last part before I did like the last hand stitching things at 3:12. So not even 3 hours, 2.5 hours. And then I'd say it took me 5 more minutes to sew on the mushroom patch, which you'll see where it is in a second, and also to finish hand sewing the one side. So that was like 5 more minutes. So I'd say it was like 2.5 hours pretty much total to make these pants. Like that's insane. And I've been putting it off for months. So this is hopefully you did something along with me, but if you didn't, hopefully this is your sign to do something that feels big, but you know in your heart is not going to be that big, and you have time and you don't have to do anything crazy, you know, just go for it like I did. I didn't even make a pattern and it worked out. So let's talk about the pants, and without further ado, let's see the pants and do a little chat. So here they are. Oh my gosh, I love these pants. They are so amazing. They fit so well, and obviously I used pants that I already knew fit well, so the waist is already fitting well, except like when I'm full, I think we'll take the button down. But also the colors of the pants, it worked out so well. It was not intentional, but like having it, the little streaks on the sides with the dark colors where it used to be in the seam allowance, but I used a smaller seam allowance, and I think that it's turned out so cool seeing like the previous seam from the previous pair of pants that attached to these pants. I think that was cool because I don't know how to do that. So it was a cool texture that I can't replicate that I could just put on here. I am glad that I undid the hem all the way around. I love how it looks. I'm so excited about that little touch. I think it's very fun. So again, like all these like additional textures that excite me. I like this play with texture. I think that this is something I want to explore more. And then putting the extra patch from the kind of dead pair of pants on these pants to make it make sense with the like half of mushroom that is on my leg. I think that worked well, and it's cute, and I really like it because I was kind of sad about letting that go from those other pants. So to be able to put it onto here, it makes me feel better. And then I still have all that extra denim that I will do something with eventually. There's pockets, there's a zipper, you know, maybe I'll take it apart, maybe I'll use it and just add some patches onto it. So just a final note about if you've been following me for a while, this year I've been doing my year of slow crafting, and the last couple of months have truthfully been challenging, but I'm doing as much as I can. I've also been like really diving into my music lately, so I'm like, it's not that I'm not doing anything, it's that there's other joyful, beautiful things that I'm spending my time on, like socializing, which is beautiful, and also a lot of music, and I guess the combination of those two. So anyway, aside from that, the crafting that I've been doing lately, this last couple of months, I've been focusing on patches. So I did my mending video recently. I did some patchwork in that. I have these pants I consider a patchwork project, basically. And then, oh, here's my little whip. I haven't worked on this in like a week or two because it's been so busy, but I started this a couple weeks ago and I just wanted to freeform something and keep my hands busy and be able to just chill, you know, with it. And it felt very meditative. I don't know, I know there's like different methods and traditions around hand sewing, and they have different names and things. I've seen before where they do like just lots of these stitches, and that's just what I did. I would love to learn more about the different methods and all of that, but this was just really a mindfulness project. There was no barriers. I didn't stop myself. I just grabbed a bunch of fabrics that I thought were cute and I made something cute, I think. Yes. Yeah, I think it's coming out cute, and like who knows what it'll be. I did put quilted batting on it. So maybe it'll be a patch, maybe it'll be a coaster, maybe it'll be hung on the wall somehow. I don't know, it doesn't matter. All I know is that I like it and it's gonna keep me busy for a while longer, and it feels good to do it, and just trying to embrace those slower types of crafting. So, all right, well, I think that's gotta be the end. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you had fun. I hope you got to do a craft, or at least just relax. And I hope to see you in the next one. So please give me a like, maybe a subscribe, maybe hit that bell to be notified when my next video comes out, and just follow along my slow crafting journey this year. And I'll see you next time. Be safe. Have a great week. Bye.